What's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite review for this week. What we got going on this show tonight? A lot of matches, a lot of random matches, but a lot of I don't know, I should say debuts or a tournament starting tonight. We had a lot going on in this show. So, what do we have going on for Dynamite tonight? We kicked it right off the bat with CM Punk. CM Punk was gonna go one-on-one with Max Caster. Of course, the Acclaim come out and start rapping about Hunter Biden and the Coke thing. I caught that line. That was pretty funny. And, Will Smith, the whole Chris Rock thing. Of course, they were going to rap about that. But Punk went against Max Caster then. A good match. Not bad. Just, win for Punk right here. So, solid match. But right after Tony Schiavone asked CM Punk, what it meant when he, talked about the whole motion, for the title thing and stuff. Punk basically said, he doesn't know who the champion will be, whether it's Adam Cole or Hangman Page, that he wants the AEW World Championship. He has a lot of gray on that beard, and he says there's going to be a lot more gray. It's going to be a lot more scars before he's done with AEW. But in his time in AEW, he said he wants to become the world champion. So I think it's really about that time now. It's about time he start going for the world title because I really believe now they got to get the belt off of Hangman. Like I said, I think this experiment is over at this point. Hangman's still over to an extent, but it's like he's become very less interesting here and there, and I think it's time to move on to Punk going for the championship. So whenever that comes, whoever it will be, yeah, Punk is going for the title. So it's about time on that. Um, the FTR and MJF were in the back, or I guess just the Acclaim, no, not the Acclaim, the Pinnacle, and they had Mark Sterling up there, putting up photos all over the arena, banning Wardlow that he is banned from this building. Basically saying Sterling is his lawyer. MJF basically said, listen, we know about the Pinnacle and everything, but whatever you got going on between you and Wardlow, they told MJF, he says that we're friends, but MJF says, no, we're not just friends, we're family and everything. And he said that Wardlow was talking shit about them and stuff. And, listen, man, we're the Pinnacle, okay? Because we're in the Pinnacle, we're always on top. By the way, FTR had, like, NWO gear that looked pretty cool, too. Next, John Moxley went against Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, man, good to see him getting more TV time finally. Now, if we can get some wins, I'll be fine with that. But the fans were behind both of these guys, both Mox and you know, Mox and Lethal. My friend asked me tonight, is John Moxley a heel? Because let's remember Brian was a heel, but then he joined up with Regal and them. So it's like they're kind of tweeners right now because the fans are chanting for both Mox and Lethal out there. So I can't say Mox is a heel all the way yet, in a way, but the fans were chanting, this is awesome. So this is a very good match. Moxley hitting the Death Rider for the win. Moxley basically shook Jay Lethal's hand right after that. So very good match. But yeah, still waiting for Jay Lethal to get a win right here. But at least he's got something going on. There's some type of story going on with him. Because before, this guy's just been relegated to dark. And I think that was a bunch of bullshit relegating him to dark. Especially name of who Jay Lethal is. So, finally something's happening for him. We also got a video package for Marina Shafir. They may be moving her up soon. So good to see Shafir getting something since she didn't really add that much in NXT, given that she was like just one of Shayna Baszler's henchmen. Next, FTR went against the Gun Club out there. Badass Billy Gunn was with him. Billy, man, this guy just looks huge every time I ever see him. But this was not a bad match. The Gun Club, they do have something in them. I still think it's kind of funny that all they really did was look at FTR last week and now they get a match. But as this match went on, Wardlow ended up walking through the building. He started beating up random security guards. He powerbombed one onto a table, which the table did not break. I am the table. He tried to get through security, going down in the building, trying to get to MJF until, a whole bunch of more security guys got him out of the building then. FTR ended up getting the window with the shatter machine, taking out the Gun Club. So a very good match. MJF tried to celebrate with them, but Harwood was saying like, this is FTR business, not Pinnacle business. But MJF, gave them their AAA tag team titles then and raised their arms up. But yeah, fans were chanting FTR out there. So they are faces, I guess, technically now. So this whole Pinnacle thing is really gonna be over real soon and whatnot. given that these guys are faces and they're kind of going on their own at this point. So any day now they're going to turn on MJF. It's coming a mile away. The Jericho Appreciation Society was in the back. Basically talking about Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston, trying to look for him once again. Where is he? Where is he? Where are these guys? And next you know, Hager pulled back the apron, back the curtain, and then they start beating the hell out of the Jericho Appreciation Society. They got him to the ring, was beating him up, but the numbers game ended up taking him out as Jericho and them start beating them with baseball bats and well, you know, Jericho did, and then whipping Kingston with his belt, and then hitting the Judas Effect elbow. So, yeah, they were getting their asses kicked, 3-on-5, folks. They had the surprise attack, and then when they fought them to the ring, then they got their asses kicked themselves after they were just kicking ass. So they basically got beat up 3-on-5. They may need 2 more partners, it looks like, to help out, but yeah, they finally came back, and then they got the shit kicked out of them again by Jericho and them. So, what does that tell you? Jade Cargill was talking about her big celebration and everything. She's going for her 30th win. Who's going to be her 30th opponent? I guess they were trying to put what was it, the librarian, Leva Bates, or something like that, which Jade Cargill didn't like, and I guess she's gonna, go work on her baddie section later on. She says, she would have to, well, I guess wants a piece of Marine Shafir and going after her. So Jade versus Shafir. Okay, I'm interested. I'm interested in that. Brian Danielson went against Willa Yuta. William Regal was on commentary. Very good match. Yuta, man, that cattle mutilation stuff, that was pretty good. I will say that. That was not bad. Um, and stuff. How he just kind of, just hanging on to him by holding him up. But, as this match went on, like I said, Dance was beating the shit out this guy out here. Especially once Yuta spit at him and then, you know, Danielson just started stomping on his head, hit the Gotch style pile driver, and hit the label lock, making him, tapped out and everything and won the match. So Danielson getting the win right here, but a very enjoyable match from him and Yuta. I know they did talk about that Yuta will be on Supercard of Honor for the pure ROH pure title against Josh Woods, but I'll get to a little bit more ROH towards the end of this whole thing. But next thing you know, the Undisputed Era came out then, and they had all the title belts with their names, like name taped to it, and basically some party supplies, and they had some balloons with only like 10 of them, and they had this championship celebration that these titles were taken from us. They belong to us. You can't steal something that belongs to you. And as they're bragging and boasting about holding the belts, the Undisputed Era are out there. Hangman Page's music hits, and he comes out there with a Tesla with bull horns on it, hits the ring, starts going after the Undisputed Era. The Jungle Express and Christian show up then, basically start going after them. They try to hit the buckshot on Cole, but Cole got out the way, and he got backdropped into the rest of the Undisputed Era on the outside. As the faces easily took their title belts like it wasn't shit after one. Well, they got their title belts stolen on Rampage last Friday, so now they just got their belts back like it's nothing. So, yeah, they took them for a couple days, and now they got their belts back. Christian, no, he was in a match not that long ago, Revolution, but now I'm kind of wondering, like, what else is Christian doing other than just managing these guys? I'm kind of waiting on him to still do something a little bit important and stuff. This camera's really fucking with me right now. Okay, that's straight enough, I think. But as I said, though, yeah, they end up taking their titles back from the Undisputed Era out there. Next, Thunder Rosa cut a promo, which we finally got Thunder Rosa's promos where we were supposed to get last week, and she talked about coming the first Mexican-born women's champion, that she doesn't want to represent this AEW and be a pillar. She wants to represent all of women's wrestling, and there's always going to be bullies, to bring her down when she gets near the top. And she talked about she's going to be a fighting champion and all that, and basically told Nyla Rose, if you want to fight for the belt, Rosa said that she would defend her championship against Nyla Rose. FTR, what kind of promo? Talking about, everybody said we've been taken too serious. Maybe they do, but, say they're going to ring the Ring of Honor titles this Friday, I guess, against, who they go? Yeah, they go against the Briscoes this Friday. So, and then they said they've challenged the Young Bucks to another match, so we'll see where that goes. Next, the Bunny came out for the Owen Hart you know, qualifier in the the Owen Hart tournament. Well, just the women's side of it is a a guys and girls tournament for like I said, both the men and women. So yes, this tournament is happening this week. Um Yeah, I know. It's so crazy that people were so going in about really mad about this tournament when it was first announced. That many different opinions and a war between people, mostly WWE and AEW fans, over if Owen Hart's name should be used here. Listen, at the end of the day, listen, I get it. It's just um Owen's wife Martha getting back at the WWE and he, just one upping them any way she can. So not really surprised by that. Like, at the end of the day, they did technically kind of kill her husband. What they did. There's many documentaries I could say, but I'm not going to go into the whole Owen Hart story right now. Like I said, sure, there's many arguments that can be made about it, but you know, Marv Ives, like I said, I can't really believe though that this was a way to get back at the WWE. But it's nice to see Owen Hart's name being used for something. Finally, I know they can't use all the footage for of Owen Hart, but it's just nice seeing them doing something with his name. But the Bunny ended up going against a mystery opponent, which was Toni Storm making her AEW debut. Toni Storm, man, making a lot of waves lately. Just getting hella money on OnlyFans right now. 10,000 an hour, 40,000 a day. Can't knock the hustle. Don't get mad at that, folks. Don't know why people are pissed about her making that much money. But the match with the Bunny though, it wasn't a bad match, but I don't think it should have went that long. I get it was a competitive match, but I think this should have just been a squash in a way, just to get Toni Storm over. Given with her just getting to AEW, I didn't think it was just going to be that long of a match. Should just kind of just hit it, showcase and everything, and go along with the tournament. But hopefully they can do better than what they did in NXT. I'm surprised they didn't really do much with her in NXT. Don't get me wrong, in UK NXT, she did good, but regular NXT, it's like I don't know, man. Something just didn't click over there, and then the main roster happened, and then she basically quit. Then, so, um, now she's in AEW. So, good for her, and just making hella money off OnlyFans. Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero responded to you know, Thunder Rosa, and they want the title and everything. Um, Next, as we got to the main event, Andrade came out first. Andrade just jacked to the fucking gills right now. Big as shit. Going against Darby Allin, which Andrade attacked Darby before the match even began, beat the hell out of him, dropped onto a table, threw him onto some ring steps, beat the living hell out of this guy before they started the match, then finally with Darby. And as the match went on, and Andrade's beating the hell out of him, and even almost had to use his belt, Darby, came back in some hope spots right here, trying to, take out um Andrade, and even hit him with like a big crucifix off the top rope, put him into an armbar in. Jose walked out, but Sting stopped him. The Butcher and the Blade came out then to stop Sting, and then Darby jumped on top of them. After that, but when Darby got back in the ring, Andrade caught him, threw him into like a big buckle bomb, and then hit his hammerlock DDT for the win. But right after, Sting is checking on Darby. They all try to attack Sting. Sting's fighting them off. Private Party come out then, so it's like a 6-on-1 after that. The Hardy Boys come out then, and basically, you know, even the odds then, hit the Twist of Fate on Mark Quinn. Swanton Bomb, send the fans home happy. First off, Andrade desperately needed a win. He needed any win. But at the same time, it's like, did you really need that much help to beat Darby Allin? You beat the living hell out of him before the match. But then it's like he still needed help just to take out Darby, okay? Like, you still needed help out there. So I think Andrade should have just got a win just because, just a clean win. Because, like I said, this guy takes a lot of L's, okay? So he desperately needed this win. But at the same time, it's like, wait a minute, you beat the living shit out of him before the match, and you still needed help to, beat him, you know, just to beat him in this match. And then it's like you needed 6 guys to beat up Sting. I get it, Sting, but still, you took that many more people just to take out Sting at the same time. So it's like he starts, what is it, like fighting the NWO or some shit? But yeah, I don't think it, I feel like it was a little bit more overbooked kind of towards the end and in a way, but the guy desperately needed a win though, okay? But yeah, they basically just sent the fans home happy, but still a really good match with Darby and Andrade. But like I said, the guy desperately needed the win right there. But the show wasn't bad, pretty good show. Basically just pushing some stories here and there. Punk mostly going for the world title right now. FTR being faces and stuff. So it's a lot going on. Honestly, it's gonna be a really busy weekend in wrestling in general coming up. because like I said, they did promote a little of Ring of Honor show coming up for this Friday, Supercard of Honor, which some of the talent is on that show. But again, these guys on ROH anyways. But yeah, FTR and the Briscoes for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, and Wheeler Yuta going for the Pure title against Josh Woods. I know they're doing an interim women's title match now since they couldn't get Deonna Purrazzo for some reason. But, you got the Multiverse Madness show happening with, ROH talent or just any talent for, Impact and all that stuff. It's going to be a long weekend coming up, especially when we get to, tomorrow. But I mean, it's Multiverse of Madness and Supercard of Honor on Friday, because I know Supercard of Honor is on Friday, okay? So it's a lot of shows going on, but I think the Multiverse show may be tomorrow. Not really sure. Need to double check that up. But it's going to be a long weekend. It's WrestleMania weekend, folks, coming up. So it's going to be a long-ass weekend, all right, in the next day or two. So get ready for that. But overall, a very good show for AEW. Other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hoodie890. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.